Indonesian real estate sector has become a very dynamic aspect which supports the nation's development. Real estate developers constantly present innovations, not only aim to boost competitiveness, but to also enhance the societies involved. I am Valerina Daniel and you're watching The Perspective. Farpoint is an Indonesian real estate developer that both presents and manages properties with high quality standards and designs. As part of the Gunung Sewu Group, Farpoint just recently celebrated Sequis Tower topping off at Sudirman Central Business District, SCBD, Jakarta. Present with us today is Mr. Dougie Crichton, President Director of Sequis Tower. Mr. Crichton, thank you for joining us today in The Perspective. Could you tell us more about the topping of this Sequis Tower?
Yeah, so the topping off ceremony was held on the 8th of May. It's a celebration of achieving a critical achievement during the construction process. Basically, the topping off is when the concrete structure reaches its final height. It's on time, on schedule, and so it's a recognition of pulling together all of the consultants, the architect who've contributed to the putting the concept into reality, and also it's something to be very proud of in terms of enhancing the Sudirman Central Business District as a premium office address for business.
So it is also fair to call this Sequis Tower as suitable for premium skyscrapers. Is that correct?
Yeah, so the definition of premium skyscrapers are typically buildings that are over 200 meters in height. Sequis Tower reaches 210. It has a very kind of unique design which will add to the skyline. We have looking at raising expectations in terms of the quality of the building, its amenities, and really much on the impact of its surroundings.
So how about the building itself? I've heard that it has the international grade A grade for this, and then it's also called as the next generation building. What can you elaborate that?
Yes. So what we mean by next generation is really addresses the sustainability issue. So sustainability covers a broad scope of elements, but the key aspects of new generation is really a building that is meeting the demands of today and also the future. There are certain aspects to it that will which can impact the method of construction, the actual utilities that uses electricity, water, but also it offers not really considered before benefits to the businesses and the staff within the building. Accesses to public transport, improved quality of life or well-being, as they say, within the office building.
I've heard also that it has called as a leadership in energy and environmental design, and then it is also a good grade for this building. So how does this leadership in energy and environmental design rating affect a property?
Okay, so there is already mandatory green building code within Jakarta. And the LEED program, Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design, is actually a kind of more international complement to local code. So basically it addresses components on the energy side. So what it's trying to encourage is you're choosing the right site selection. You're looking at a building that can be operated in an economical and environmentally friendly way. And then on the environmental side, you're looking at obviously connection to reduced reliance on car, access to public transport, and then you're also looking at recycling, such elements such as rainwater. So you're looking at meeting a certain specification or making it very unique and very considerate to its own environment.
Okay. Would you consider that as the highest quality of the Sequis Tower compared to other buildings in Jakarta already?
Yeah, so quality can be agreed upon with tenants. So, for example, the quality of the Sequis Tower has some unique features, which is solar shading on the facade of the building, which is to try and minimize the heat gain from the sun warming up the building. Also, for example, the facade is also double glazed, which also is stronger in reducing solar heating, but also in terms of sound. So basically, if there's noises outside, you're actually much protected in being able to maintain the productivity within your office. Other things of quality, really, in terms of the finishes, in terms of the environment, and in terms of the quality of the common areas, and also in terms of the technology and the intelligence of the lift system, be able to get minimizing waiting times and have the most efficient operation of the lifts at peak hours.
It is also called as leadership in environmental design. So I've also known that you've told me before that you use recycled materials, for example. How many percent the recycled materials are used in this building? Okay,
so the LEED program will, you have to fill certain criteria. And for Sequis Tower, there are certain elements. As one is they look at your construction process and how you're minimizing, and also and how you're dealing with the waste that's come from the construction process. It then goes on to elements of how the building will be operated in the future. And a large component of the LEED criteria is on energy. So the certification that we're looking for, platinum, basically is expecting the developer to reduce the electricity or the energy load demanded by the building by 40% compared to other buildings. So the LEED addresses and highlights key areas for focus. But it also helps the developer anticipate or manage potential risks. So spikes in electricity or water prices. So basically we can operate the building in a kind of transparent way and actually be able to demonstrate how we're managing the key components of the building.
Very interesting, Mr. Crichton. But we have to take a break. We are going to continue with the discussion with Mr. Dougie Crichton. Please stay on The Perspective.